What does it take to become the youngest Formula One world champion and build a fortune worth over $200 million before the age of 30? For Max Verstappen, it took obsession, speed, and a whole lot of horsepower, both on and off the track. This is the high-octane story of how Max Verstappen went from go-karts in Belgium to the top of the Formula One podium, amassing mind-blowing wealth, luxury cars, private jets, and a lifestyle that's pure adrenaline. Let's dive into the fast and furious world of Max Verstappen. Maximilian Verstappen was born on September 30th, 1997 in Hasselt, Belgium, into a family where speed ran through the blood. His father, Jos Verstappen, was a former Formula One driver who raced alongside Michael Schumacher in the mid-90s. His mother, Sophie Kumpen, was a successful kart racer herself. Max's destiny wasn't just written, it was engineered. At just 4 years old, Max climbed into his first go-kart, and by the age of 7, he was already winning karting championships across Belgium and the Netherlands. Jos wasn't just Max's father, he was his mechanic, coach, and the architect of his rise. Their garage was a second home. Weekends were always spent at the track. By his early teens, Max had already defeated kids much older than him, and some future F1 stars too. In 2013, he became the World KZ Championship runner-up, racing in the highest level of karting at just 15 years old. That same year, Red Bull scouts began whispering his name. Just 1 year later, Max skipped Formula 3 and Formula 2 entirely. At 17 years old, Max Verstappen became the youngest Formula 1 driver in history, making his debut with Toro Roso in 2015. He didn't even have a road driver's license yet, but he was legally racing cars that hit 220 miles per hour. The world watched a new racing phenom take over. F1 is brutal. A few tenths of a second can mean the difference between glory and obscurity. But Max didn't flinch. After 1 year with Toro Roso, Red Bull Racing promoted him to their main team in 2016. On his debut at the Spanish Grand Prix, he beat both Ferraris and won the race, becoming the youngest race winner in F1 history at just 18 years old. It was a statement. From 2016 to 2020, Max evolved from teen sensation to elite contender. But it was in 2021 that everything changed. In a season-long battle that felt scripted by Hollywood, Max Verstappen faced off against 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton. The rivalry went down to the final race in Abu Dhabi. What followed was one of the most controversial finishes in F1 history, but in the end, Max Verstappen was crowned world champion. He repeated the feat in 2022 with a record-breaking 15 wins in a single season, and then again in 2023, dominating with 19 victories and clinching the title with races to spare. By 26, he was already a 3-time world champion. Fast driving? For sure, but Max Verstappen's wealth isn't just about winning races. It's about branding, endorsements, and strategic business decisions. Let's break it down. Red Bull Racing salary. Max's current deal with Red Bull, signed in 2022, was a game changer not just for him, but for the entire F1 salary landscape. The contract was reportedly negotiated at $50 to $55 million per year, with a mix of guaranteed base salary, win bonuses, and championship incentives. His current contract with Red Bull runs until 2028, with an estimated total value of over $275 million. Insiders suggest Verstappen's management also negotiated aggressive performance-based bonuses. For example, winning the Drivers' Championship nets him a $10 million bonus on top of his annual pay. Endorsements and personal branding. Despite not endorsing many products by choice, Verstappen partners selectively. His endorsement deals include Exact, a Dutch software company, G-Star Raw, a premium denim brand, Carnex.com, an online used car platform, Tag Heuer, the luxury watch brand, Jumbo, a Dutch supermarket chain. While he keeps his personal brand low-key compared to other celebrities, these deals still earn him around $5 to $7 million annually. Digital presence and monetization. Though Max isn't the most active F1 driver on social media, he's still a valuable digital asset. With millions of followers across Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok fan pages, he benefits indirectly from branded content campaigns, especially through Red Bull's media empire. Red Bull Racing produces exclusive video content, behind-the-scenes footage, and docuseries clips featuring Verstappen, which not only enhance the brand's global footprint, but also contribute to Verstappen's image rights package. These image rights, part of his Red Bull deal, are said to earn him millions annually through licensing and content monetization. Esports and Sim Racing ventures. Max Verstappen is obsessed with racing, even off the track. As a core member and part owner of Team Redline, he has helped elevate the profile of competitive sim racing. The team competes in events such as the virtual 24 Hours of Le Mans and iRacing World Championships, which now draw corporate sponsors and real-world racing teams as partners. He also regularly streams gameplay and racing sessions on Twitch, YouTube, and sim racing events. These platforms offer sponsorship potential, advertising revenue, and affiliate income, especially as sim racing becomes a multi-million-dollar industry. Long-term financial strategy. While Verstappen's investments are not publicly detailed, his financial advisors, believed to be a Dutch-based wealth management team, reportedly focus on low-risk, long-term portfolio growth. That includes blue-chip European and US stocks, real estate investment trusts, index funds, and ETFs, emerging tech ventures tied to mobility, AI, and green energy. There are also rumors of Verstappen investing in sustainable mobility startups and Dutch fintech platforms, though nothing has been officially confirmed. What's clear, however, is that he's thinking long-term, planning beyond racing, beyond the track, and possibly into a future as a sports executive or entrepreneur. So how does a 200 miles per hour world champion spend his millions? Surprisingly, Max is both calculated and indulgent, just like his racing style. Real estate. Max lives in a stunning Monaco penthouse overlooking the harbor. The apartment is estimated to be worth over $16 million, complete with panoramic views, a private gym, and underground parking for his luxury cars. Monaco is home to the F1 elite, from Charles Leclerc to Lewis Hamilton. It's not just about the glamour, it's a strategic financial base. No income tax, no wealth tax, just palm trees, casinos, and yachts. Luxury cars and private planes. You'd think a guy who races cars for a living wouldn't need more, but Max Verstappen is a petrol head off the track too. His collection includes Aston Martin Valkyrie, a $3 million hypercar, Ferrari Monza SP2, limited edition valued at $1.8 million, Porsche GT3 RS, Aston Martin DB11, and several others. But perhaps his most extravagant purchase? In 2020, Red Bull Racing bought Max a private jet, a Dassault Falcon 900EX worth around $15 million. He frequently uses the aircraft not just for race travel, but also for quick escapes to Ibiza, Austria, and the Swiss Alps, where he enjoys short ski vacations between races. Max later purchased it from the team himself. He reportedly spends $1 million annually on maintenance, crew, and operation. High-stakes hobbies. Outside of racing, Verstappen's hobbies are intense and pricey. Helicopter flying. In 2022, Max earned his rotary pilot license and now frequently flies helicopters around Monaco and to trackside events. His personal EC-130 helicopter, estimated at over $3 million, is maintained by a private aviation firm. Sim Racing Rig. His at-home sim rig is a masterpiece of technology, featuring a $10,000 SimuCube steering system, triple ultra-wide monitors, a hydraulic motion platform, and custom-built cockpit seating. The entire setup is valued at over $40,000. Yacht charters. While he doesn't own a yacht yet, Verstappen frequently charters luxury yachts in the Mediterranean. Prices for weekend trips run into six figures, especially during the Monaco and Barcelona Grand Prix weeks. Subtle luxury and personal discipline. Despite his fortune, Verstappen is known for his pragmatic spending habits. He's not known to attend lavish parties or red carpet events. Instead, his indulgences are practical luxuries, tools to enhance performance, recovery, and peace of mind. For example, he has a full-time performance coach, a traveling physiotherapist, and even a custom-built hyperbaric chamber in his Monaco home for recovery and oxygen therapy. He also owns private art pieces and limited edition Tag Heuer watches, some of which are co-designed with him and are valued at over $250,000 each in the resale market. Philanthropy and giving back. While Max doesn't often publicize his charitable efforts, he has supported causes quietly, including initiatives for children's hospitals, mental health, and emergency relief efforts in the Netherlands. Max Verstappen's story is far from over. At just 27, he's already one of the most successful and highest paid athletes on the planet. But more than the money, Verstappen's influence runs deeper. He brought back raw excitement to Formula One. He helped Red Bull dominate Mercedes after years of silver supremacy. And he inspired a new generation of racers, proving that you don't need to play by the rules to make history. He's fiercely private, intensely competitive, and remarkably focused. Some call him arrogant, others call him a genius, but everyone agrees Max Verstappen is built differently. As Formula One continues to expand globally, with Netflix's Drive to Survive, massive fan bases in the US, and new circuits in Miami, Las Vegas, and beyond, Max's brand value and wealth are only going to skyrocket. He's not just racing for trophies anymore, he's building an empire. And with age still on his side, the road ahead looks as fast and profitable as ever. From a 4-year-old kid in a go-kart to a global superstar with a $200 million empire, Max Verstappen is living proof that passion, pressure, and a touch of rebellion can build more than just a career. They can build a legacy. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the life and wealth of Max Verstappen, hit that like button, subscribe for more stories of the world's richest superstars, and tell us in the comments, which F1 driver's lifestyle should we explore next? Until next time, keep your engines running.